from 18th February until 25th of February. At Athens, Greece, on 9th February, Konstantinos Kartsiotis and Hussein Sungu started 1 month hunger strike in front of the Supreme Court building in Greece in Athens. Konstantinos Kartsiotis and Hussein Sungu started the 1 month hunger strike in front of the Supreme Court against the repression of Greek state in collaboration with US, EU imperialism and Turkish fascism. The demands are: first, the objection of the prosecutor to the acquittal verdict in the 19th of March trial should be not accepted. Second, no fair trial in the Halkida case, correction of judgment, and we demand of release of the prisoners. Third, withdrawal of the new repression laws in Greece. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, between 12 until 1 in front of the Supreme Court is continued this resistance. Russian state invited the Palestinian factions to meet in Moscow. Palestinian Authorities Prime Minister Mohammed Istia spoke at the 6th Munich Security Conference in Germany, stating that Russia invited the Palestinian factions to meet in Moscow on 26th of February. Istia said that the Palestinian Authority is ready to establish contact with Hamas. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov announced a while ago that Russia was planning to bring all Palestinian factions. Now the date has become clear. Starting 29th of February, various Palestinian political groups are expected to meet in Moscow for 3 days of talks. Izkan Arbiter's arbitrary cancer disease is not treated. On 21 of February, the 129B case was heard at the Higher Regional Court in Düsseldorf. The judges wanted to continue the trial as if nothing had happened. But this was not a normal trial day. There are problems, and at the center of these problems is Izkan Arbiter's cancer. The German Supreme Court had ruled that Izkan Arbiter said to undergo surgery in February, and the Cologne University Clinic had accepted that Izkan Arbiter, a cancer patient, would have surgery. It had even sent a written undertaking, but now the head of the urology department of the University Clinic of Cologne, chief physician, Professor Dr. Heidenreich, has stated that he will not operate on Izkan Arbiter in his hospital. Why? Because he does not need an operation. However, Izkan Arbiter's blood counts are constantly rising. Even the prison doctor now states that he must undergo surgery, while the chief physician, who trampled on the Hippocratic Oath, arbitrarily refused to operate on Izkan Arbiter. He takes the risk even knowing that the cancer will spread and it will be possibility of dying. The demands of the Democrat and the anti-fascist and anti-imperialist people is to free for a group Rooms member Izkan Arbiter. The economic crisis in Argentina has reached its highest level in 20 years. 6 out of the 10 people are poor. According to a study by the Catholic University of Argentina, the country's poverty level rose to 55% in January. In the country of 46 million people, this figure remarked, and the high poverty rate in the rates 20 years. According to the report, about 27 million people in Argentina are poor, and 15% of them are in deprivation, meaning they cannot meet their food needs adequately. The crisis does not end in Argentina, the new colony of imperialism. In Argentina, which has similarities with the economy of our country, imperialism plunders and underground and above ground riches. As a result of the plundering of all the riches by the imperialists through the hands of collaborator governments, the hunger and the poverty of the people becomes inevitable. Stella Zans said, Julian will die in the extradition to the US. Julian Assange's wife, lawyer Stella Assange, said, his health is deteriorating both mentally and physically. His life is at risk. Every day he remains in prison and he will die if he is extradited. Julian Assange, the founders of WikiLeaks, where secret documents are published, announced to the world the massacres carried out by the US and Britain imperialism, especially in Iraq, by relieving images and correspondence. Assange, whose extradition has been sought by the US from the years in revenge, has been held in prison in the UK since 2019. The two-day hearing of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange appealed against the decision to extradite him from the United Kingdom to the United States began on 20 February in London. An example of imperialism, freedom of the press and freedoms of journalism. Freedoms are sought when they go against the interests of imperialism, and whoever exposes the truth is punished in the most severe way. If Assange is in the hands of the US, he will be tried for 175 years. Massacre continues in Palestine. The death toll in Israeli Zionist attacks rose to 29,410 people. The Ministry of Health in Gaza announced that the number of Palestinians killed in the Israeli Zionist occupation attacks increased by 1,070 in the last 10 days to 29,410 and 29,410, and the number of wounded increased to 69,000. In addition, the trial for crimes committed by Israel in Palestine continues on the International Court of Justice in Hague. Speaking on the behalf of Cuba at the hearings of Deputy Foreign Minister Ana Rodriguez Camejo, said, "The Palestinian people, women and civilian population as whole continue to be massacred due to the unlawful use by occupation forces of Israel. This massacre is taking place with the complicity of countries such as the United States of America, which under international law is responsible for genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity. The resistance of revolutionary prisoners against solitary confinement in prisons in Turkey continues. Turkey's fascism against the economic and political crisis in which the attacks on revolutionaries continue in every field of struggle. While arresting revolutionaries with unlawful operations, one after another, it tortures prisoners with several isolations in prisons. Nurettin Kaya, one of the revolutionary prisoners against these heavy isolation tortures, is on 128th day of death fast. Isolation is one of the main methods of imperialism attacks against revolutionaries all over the world. We stand with the revolutionary prisoners against isolation." On Wednesday, February 22, Zionist forces stormed occupied Nablus and killed 11 Palestinians. On Wednesday, February 22, Zionist forces stormed occupied Nablus and killed 11 Palestinians, including resistance fighters, elderly men, and teenagers. Injured 97 others in their attacks on the Palestinian people. As thousands took the streets of Nablus in mourning for the martyrs, the Palestinian people and the resistors reaffirmed that these ongoing crimes will not suppress or kill the Palestinian peoples and their resistance. Among them, the commander-in-chief of the Lion Dance and Saraya al-Quds Nablus Brigade, Hassam Aslam. On his 24th birthday, the Palestinian people in Nablus built a monument for honor to Hassam Aslam and to all martyrs. Dear Nablus Front TV viewers, our weekly program is finished. Don't forget to follow us in our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and YouTube channel, because follow Nablus Front TV means that you follow the voice of the people of the world against the disinformation of imperialism. See you in the next program.